I am not gonna talk the whole time. Listen up, listen up, listen up. I'm not gonna talk the whole time. Oh my God. I'm not gonna talk the whole time. Hear me out, hear me out. I'm gonna do exactly what I did last time, right? Except I'm gonna split the video into the old part and the new part. So if you wanna skip ahead and see the new stuff, go here. And without further ado, let us jump in. my God. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, and I can't read any of the ending. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's go. Let's go. I was conflicted. I remember I was conflicted because I was like, okay, well, I'm totally ignoring the music. Why does it sound so sad? It sounds so sad. Anyway, I was like, oh, well, going out of the gate with just the common stones, I'm like, is that going to be enough? And no, it was not. I mean, the game is centered around these stones for a reason. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go my usual loadout and, just see what happens. I didn't think I would beat it, honestly. Earlier, I was like with, what was her name? Toyohime? And of course, the stone goddess. I struggled. I'm like, you know what? I need to come back a few hours later and then just come back and be like, okay. But I didn't do that. Instead, I was like, okay, let me get my usual loadout and then go in. And was this my first attempt of doing that? I don't know. And I've been scrolling on my phone through several Discords and just seeing what people are saying about it. And now I have a lot to say about it, but I got to round it up like in a digestible manner. Do I really got to translate all this, bro? You know how much work that's gonna be? Hey, my goat. Nah, I demolished your ass in Imperishable Night. I'm just saying. Hey, Florida Colors. That's crazy. I can't believe I beat it. Oh my God. What a win. What a win. Oh my God. That's crazy. It's so hot in this room. Oh my God. I've been in here. When I quit the game earlier, it was like, oh, you have 2.4 hours. That's how long I've been at this. I'm like, I want to beat this today. I want to beat this today. Oh my gosh. Maybe I need, that's empty. And I did. Oh, I did. Okay, so technically that's the hard part. The hard part's done. Now comes the translations. And I just need to figure out a better way to do it. Last time it had me in this room, just the first 3 stages for 8 hours. I'm not even kidding. I was in my room from about like 2 to like something at like 10 at night. It was ridiculous. Holy bro. It was so much work. I don't know if I ever properly complained about it. My cousin is fluent in Japanese, but I don't have him here to translate because he's busy. And he's flying back from Japan today, which is just crazy. I asked him, oh, are you gonna pre-order the CD like I did? Okay, I paid like $50 because those first 3 stages, that's how much it impressed me. I'm like, I know I'm gonna love this game, and I'll get to that in a minute. And then he was like, oh, yeah, I'll just pick one up probably. I'm not going to pre-order. I'm like, what? Bruh. Oh my God. I like this theme. Bro, they yapping. It's funny because I've been learning Chinese, and like some of these characters are very similar. Some of them. Definitely not all, and it's like I've only started recently, like recently taking it seriously, like that. Why am I pointing at the screen as if you can see it? Can you see my mouse? No, you can't. But I see a character that means moon right there. Or at least like a radical. I don't really get it. I don't really get it, but I'm getting there. It's funny because, of course, of all the languages I should learn, it's probably Japanese. But I've just never had a crazy interest in learning it. I've wanted to learn Chinese, and I've wanted to learn French. And so I kind of went with Chinese. I went with Chinese, one reason being is that there are a lot of Chinese fan games for Touhou that I can't read. And then other Chinese like media and papers that I want to read, but I can't. Oh, but I mean, as far as the game goes, I won't summarize everything here. I'll wait till the end. I forgot you could draw a braid like that. Bro, is this over yet? Oh, well, I mean, there are only 2 characters in this game. Of course, the ending's gonna be long. If only I knew what they were saying. There we go. Okay, there we go. I wonder if you get different endings on which stone combination you pick too. Oh, I mean, if there's one for each shot type, does that mean there's 5,000 endings? And there it is. There it is. Oh my God. That's crazy. This game, I have a lot to say about what people are saying about this game, but as far as my thoughts, okay, first of all, I did not think I was going to beat it on the day it came out. It hasn't even been 24 hours and I've already cleared the game. So if that's saying, okay. Bear with me. I'm saying that if I can beat it with my loadout, I think that most people stand a pretty good chance. You know, despite people saying, oh, you know, it's difficult. It's the most difficult game we've ever seen. You know, higher difficulty, sure, I haven't tried them myself yet. Only, you know, within the demo, and things have changed. The Wonder Stones are like glass now. You can easily take them down. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Lots of things have changed, but I like this game. I thought I was going to love this game because of those first 3 stages were so strong in their presentation, and the patterns and everything about them really was just really strong. And then, of course, I don't know the context of whatever, but the full context of the game. Let's do that Florida on Fridays. Look at all this, bro. All clear. I love it. Florida on Fridays 25. Oh, and yeah, let me save it. Yes. Right. Thank God. Okay. And then I'm done. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now you know I got it. I don't know what any of this is saying. There we go. Anyway, now I have to try the extra. Same. Can I do the same loadout? Okay, I got scared. What's my loadout again? I think it's this. And then, yeah, that looks right. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, it was a stream. I love this design of this stage. No, I saw the path too. Oh God. Oh, make it out to what? Okay. That's not a good sign. And I know there's a mid-boss too. Oh, you? Oh. I knew there was one. I didn't think it was her. Oh, Lord. Oh, I forgot how broken these mechanics were. Wait, maybe I stand a decently fair chance of at least meeting her. That's my goal. That's always my goal when I get to the extra. Oh, what's... Okay. What? All right, you need to go. It's time to go! Oh, Lord. This is not good. Oh. No, stop doing this to me. Give me the bomb. I need it. Okay. Hey, Garbo mentioned. Oh, Lord. Oh, this is literally just Garbo. Oh, I'm so scared. Okay, okay. Oh, the one up is crazy. Okay. Okay. We're in good shape. Imagine watching this with no audio. You're just missing all the context. Oh, I don't have my glasses on. Oh, you almost got me there. You almost got me. I can't lie. Are we there yet? Oh my God. Oh my God, PC98 mentioned. That's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. Oh, this is not good. Maybe oh, I don't love it. I had another life. I'm so good at it. Okay. But PC98 mentioned though, hey. Oh, I gotta translate this too now. Oh, no. This is crazy. Bro, what is this place? Oh my God, you know what this is? If you take a strand of hair and you zoom in on it with like the 1,000,000 times microscope, that's what this is. Well, that's called something where you keep zooming in and it still makes up a complete picture. I don't remember what that's called. That's what this reminds me of. I love the colors though. What do we got here? Oh, I thought that was like a part of a dress. What is that thing? A shell? A donut? Flower? I don't know what that is. No, wait, is a clam? Because look at her hairpiece. Wait, what is this design? She already looks defeated, bro. What is this? I'm just staring at the screen. I don't know what they're saying, bro. Oh, my leg. Oh, I've been sitting on my leg this whole time. I hadn't even realized. You know when you like sit on your leg or do something, like if you cut off your blood flow, however, and then you move it and then your leg feels cold? That's my leg right now. It's bone cold. Did I mention? Oh, wait, look at the buildings. What is that stuff? Wait, that was not there a second ago. Wait, am I crazy? That was not there a second ago. No, it's definitely not. I would have noticed. The stage progression in this game makes no sense. I don't know if I said that already. That you have like Imperishable Night. You're in Ante, however you say it, for 5 and 6. 6, every other, okay. Long story short, every other game in its stage progression makes sense from where you are from the previous stage to the next one. But here it's like, okay, we're above ground, above a sanctuary. Then we're in the sanctuary. Then we go deeper in the sanctuary to the pyramid. Then we go in the pyramid. Okay, sure, it's making sense. Then we go to, or wait, what did I say? We go in the pyramid, it's some strange whatever. Then we're on the moon. And then we're in the ground again. Like, dude, I just wish I had the context. I ain't skipping this cutscene ever again, bro. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, I got so lucky there. All right, not so bad. This is not going to be a Saki situation. I'm not going to beat her on the first attempt. I know I'm not. Oh my god, I forgot this is Fossilized Wonders. Wait, maybe. Oh, why did I move? Well, I know you can't continue, so that's enough. That's enough. So here we go. Okay, that was amazing. But I'm done. I'm done. No more. I'm not doing any more translations. I'm sorry. I want to. It's a lot of work. I ain't doing it. Wait 5 days. The translations will be done anyway. But if you want to see more from me, I do occasional videos on the most random Touhou patches that you can find on Touhou crap. Okay? And they're amazing. I personally recommend Chaos Market. It's probably my favorite out of all the ones I've done. And if you want even more from me, if you want to know the real purpose of this channel, why I'm really here, then watch this video. It's short, but it'll tell you everything you need to know. And with that said, thank you very much for watching to the end as usual. Your support means, you know, the world to me. And I will see you all again very soon. Thank you for watching.
Tá cheia de tesão, eu vou te fuder com amor. Menina linda, safadinha.